Russia has now launched fresh attacks on Ukrainian cities to continue to put pressure on the Zelensky government. This comes as world leaders insist on investigations of the Kremlin's repeated attacks on civilian targets. Russian troops on Friday pressed their assault on the West Ukrainian city of Lviv by targeting its airport area. Now, according to Lviv authorities, at least 3 blasts were heard near the airport as several missiles struck the aircraft maintenance facility. Several buildings near the facility were also damaged, but there were no reports of human casualties. Lviv's governor has slammed Moscow for launching attacks on the city, which is one of the most important crossroads for people fleeing Ukraine.
У гуманітарному хабу, в якому як мінімум зараз знаходиться 200 тисяч переселенців, які вже один раз йшли від військових дій. І удар ворога по місту Львову – це ще раз підтвердження того, що вони не воюють з українським військом, а воюють з населенням, з дітьми, з жінками, з переселенцями.
100 empty prams were laid out in Lviv Central Square on Friday as part of a campaign highlighting the large number of children, casualties especially during the ongoing Russian invasion. Now, located just 70 kilometers from the Polish border, Lviv has now become a safe haven for Ukrainians fleeing other war-torn parts of the country. It hosts nearly 200,000 internally displaced people who were forced to evacuate their homes due to the ongoing conflict. Meanwhile, at least one person was killed and several others injured after fragments of a Russian missile hit a residential neighborhood in Kiev's Podil district on Friday. Nearly 100 people were evacuated from a residential building after fires ignited following the attack. Hundreds of Ukrainians still stuck in the capital have now sought shelter in the underground subways or bomb shelters.
Нормально, дещо виходимо, купуємо, а так приносять тут вода і їжа є, волонтери. Тут з голоду не помреш, щоб таке було бажання їсти. А воно ж, бачите, таке становище, що не дуже хочеться нічого.
Although Kyiv has so far been spared from repeated bombardments seen in other cities like Kharkiv or Mariupol, authorities say at least 60 civilians have been killed in the capital since Russia launched its invasion on February 24th. For more details about what's happening in Ukraine amid Russian assault, joining us now is our correspondent Anas Malik. He joins us now from the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv. Anas, thanks so much for joining us. You have been reporting on this conflict for WION for a number of weeks now. Tell us about what's happening in Lviv. As we understand, it's a crucial region for evacuations, and now a recent attack on an airport maintenance facility, of course, has sparked global alarm.
Well, an attack that took place just 70 kilometers from the Polish border in Lviv by the Russian military is alarm bells for A, the European countries, and B, for those who believe that Lviv in the west was considerably safe. That is what the problem remains right now. We heard the mayor of Lviv coming out and speaking that what they believed were fired missiles from the Black Sea, and today it has been confirmed by the Russian Defense Ministry that it indeed had fired supersonic missiles in the west of the country, targeting a depot, an ammunition depot, unquote. So the situation remains grim, it remains tense, and it remains. It goes on to show that the Russian side would target would target any place regardless of its proximity to any border. It has to be noted that Lviv was considered safe because it's in the west of the country. It adjoins borders with Poland as well, at least 2 border crossings with Poland. Therefore, a lot of people we saw, including the internally displaced persons, 6.5 million of them as per the UN Migration Agency, they moved towards Lviv, what they believed was considerably safe, but going by the recent strike, it clearly indicates that it's not. Priyanka.
Absolutely, Anis. Let's talk about the use of the recent weaponry by Russia. Reports say that Russia has now used its newest hypersonic missiles for the first time in Ukraine. Now, just till days ago, we were in fact getting reports that a ceasefire may be possible with talks going on between Russia and Ukrainian. Negotiations were underway. How do they stand as of now amid all these attacks, as well as the use of new missiles?
Well, these attacks that comes in the midst of talks is an indication that the Russian side would continue their aggression until what they believe is a settled stance as per their aspirations or as per their wishes. And this attack is a reflection of that. We're seeing that we heard, in fact, that the rounds of negotiations went on for about 4 days non-stop between Russia and Ukraine, though these were talks through video links, but we haven't really heard back from those negotiators with regards to tangible or sustainable results from these talks. A ceasefire has been the demand, across the board ceasefire has been the demand from the Ukrainian side, but it looks like that they have not been able to attain or achieve that ceasefire as yet. Having said that, the other bigger problem remains is that what are the gains or losses on either of the sides in case of these negotiations if they bear fruit. We've been listening to Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov saying that they are closer to an agreement or what they believe is a draft agreement, but clearly that it does not look like the case is, because the reality differs, and the reality is that these attacks continue. Priyanka.
Anis Malik, thank you so much for all those insights, and thanks for joining us from the Ukrainian capital Kyiv with the latest. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.